Hey guys, welcome back. Just a build update here. I have started the disassembly of the old wind tunnel and the rolling floor, and I am moving on to a larger rolling floor that's a little stronger. Reasons for this is the original rolling floor only worked for the smaller scale models, and I am ramping up to support 1/18th scale. One of the most useful tools in my office is T-slot aluminum. Um, MakerBeam is a great company that makes a wide array of starter kits. T-slot aluminum is an extremely flexible uh, build platform. You can make anything you want out of it. They sell a massive amount of fasteners, brackets, anything you could think of you can do with T-slot aluminum. Um, As you can see here, I'm laying out the new upsized dowels just kind of to create a treadmill-like platform to get my rolling floor started. This material is a rubber mat that actually I bought at a hardware store. It has a treadmill-like finish, so overall very similar to asphalt, uh, and the material it actually has a little bit of grip to it, so the car wheels will grip nicely. This is very important in wind tunnel design because it will help move the airflow under the car, which actually is a massive, massive percentage of how F1 cars gain downforce. Here you can see, now that I've got the bed done, I'm just doing some leveling to the floor where the seams met were a little bit of a bump, so I just wanted to whittle that down. And now comes the hard part, centering a dowel. I looked up a few videos there on how to center a dowel. Generally, the best method that was found was to find an elevated block, a marker, and you roll the dowel while you hold the marker on an elevated block and make about 10 to 15 marks on the dowel, and then you will have a very accurate center point. I used threaded rod here to send an axle through the ends of each of these rods so that way they can be placed inside of a bracket and driven either with a drill or a little bit more precise motor of some kind. One of the things here is I am using an open wind tunnel design. A lot of F1 teams are using closed wind tunnel designs. That's because when you scale up, open wind tunnels take a ton of power. Here you can see I'm making the 4 brackets I need for the side to hold the axles in place. I went with my favorite Tetris piece here. Nice little quick bracket. I threw it into the slicer and started printing. I went with a pretty dense plastic just so that way this mock-up will hold together. Eventually these could be made out of carbon fiber or even metal for that matter. However, for right now, this plastic will work. I am going to put collars on each side of the axles and possibly embed the metal washers that I have inside of the brackets just to create a little bit more long-term solution. That all being said, the prints came out great. They needed to be widened just a little bit, so I edited them and reprinted. These brackets will sit right on the side of the T-slot aluminum. That threaded rod will thread right through them and should create a nice supported platform while also keeping the belt under tension. I have a nice dust extraction system. It's just a inline fan. It's actually the same fan I use to drive the wind tunnel. But I like to run this extraction while printing plastic just to take some of the heat out of the room, but also any harmful gases that can get in the air from this plastic. Just want to make sure that gets taken out of the house and I don't sit there and breathe it in. One more update before we go is I am finishing up the front wing, rear wing, and floor profiles for the miniature F1 car competition. This will be a open to the community competition. The goal is to have you guys use these SolidWorks or 3D design software to design front spoiler, rear spoiler, and also a floor for the miniature F1 cars. That being said, from there we will put them through the rigors of the wind tunnel, testing their coefficient of drag, as well as just a visual inspection of the performance of the wing. I have done no optimizations to mine, so hopefully you guys can optimize them, and we will be giving away that 12 terabyte Xbox Western Digital drive to the winner of the competition. Please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it.